Hopefully this one gets some traction, and hopefully this one gets some balance as understanding. So, of course, we're talking about men and women as always. Um, we're talking about what women say versus what they really mean, and positioning as far as the guy that you might be dealing with, or like, or interested, or attracted to. So, I often hear where women's like, I want a man that I can learn from, I can grow from, that can lead, that can, take control and stuff like that. Y'all say that. But when a man actually does that, you don't like that man anymore. And I'll tell you how. So, let's say if a woman says something and she's wrong, right? And she's wrong. She could be dead as wrong. The man will correct her and at least tell her the right thing that she or was trying to say or has said. Correct her. Y'all hate when someone does that. You make it seem like, oh, you think you know it all, or you think you better than me. No, he's just correcting what you said was wrong, of which you said that's the type of person that you want. Y'all get so defensive and in your fucking feelings and no accountability that you said something wrong. You don't want nobody to correct you. You think that you're right all the time, because you're not. Men aren't right all the time either, but we can accept, oh yeah, I was wrong, my bad. Y'all like, oh, you think you're better than me? You think you know everything? No. We're doing exactly what y'all say that y'all want, but y'all don't want that. Hence the fact, that's why I keep saying stop listening to what women say they want, because y'all don't even know. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you need. You don't know what you even like. Some of y'all probably don't even like yourselves. I find it so weird, and I see it all the time in small fragments. If a woman says something, a man points it out, and he's just saying, sweetie, like, this was this, and you said this. Y'all would do the same thing to us, and we cool with it. We do it to y'all, and it's like World War III. It's like the end of the world. Why do y'all hate the accountability that you just made a mistake? Why do you got to take it so personal and attack somebody because they corrected you because you thought you was right on something when legitimately you was wrong? He was just correcting you. The job of a leader, of a king, of a strong person is to direct, is to lead, is to guide, is to make sure, is this and that. Y'all don't want that. The minute somebody do that, you in your damn feelings. Y'all do realize that y'all don't know every damn thing. We also realize that we don't know everything either. But we can accept that. Why can't y'all accept that you don't know everything? And why is it so shameful that your pride has to stay intact, where it's like, oh, I made a mistake, so just ignore it and just move on to the next topic? They can move on, but it's like, why do y'all hate to admit that you made a mistake? Why do you hate to admit that you was wrong, if you were wrong? Why do you hate that? Why does that sting y'all so much? Why does that bother y'all so much to hear that? I'm curious. Um, it's not that hard to admit when you're wrong, but for some reason y'all absolutely positively hate it. And then y'all get so snarky with it and so sarcastic, like how dare you correct me that I was wrong, but you also say that you want somebody who will guide you and lead you and follow with you and be strong and take charge. That comes along with it. That type of man is going to bring responsibility. That type of man is going to bring structure. He's going to bring corrective behavior. He's going to bring, adult-like behaviors. Y'all don't want that. Y'all honestly don't want that, because if you did want that, you wouldn't be so against it when it happens. Y'all are so used to being so hyper independent and so by yourselves, doing things by yourselves, making bad choices in men, to when you actually find a decent one who actually will be that stuff that you talk about, that you say that you want, you're going to reject him. You're going to find everything wrong with him because you can't stand being wrong. You can't stand your ego taking a hit. You can't stand your pride being stepped on. You can't accept that. That's not growth. All y'all can sit around in this empowerment circle as women, but not one of y'all wants to correct each other. without getting an attitude, or without, you know, throwing a dig at somebody, or without saying something smart. Y'all just can't sit there and just accept the fact that, all right, you know what, I was wrong, you was right. Us men, we can sit there and be like, nah, bro, you was wrong. You know better than that. We can accept that. Yeah, you know what, Chief, you right. I was wrong. And we'll fix that. We will logically make sense of and fix it. Y'all hate that. I've watched some of y'all in like packs, and I'm listening. I'm like, y'all was wrong, y'all was wrong. And then it's like, you can hear, okay, you was wrong. And then somebody would try to correct them. And they be like, girl, no, you won't do that. And they'll automatically get defensive and deflective and get sensitive about it. I'm like, wow, if y'all can't even accept that amongst each other, y'all damn sure not going to do that shit accepting it with a man in your life, or a caliber man that you talk about that you want. Yeah, you can probably find anybody that's going to smash you if you're attractive. Let's make sure we clear that up, because there's always a caveat to everything that y'all say. Y'all can always find somebody who's going to have sex with you because you have a hole, right? Let's just be honest. You have a hole. Anybody and everybody can sleep with you, right? You can look at your baby daddies and see that, right? Because y'all already know that. Everybody, at least the majority of y'all, got a baby dad that y'all always talk shit about. They say he wasn't this and wasn't that, but you let him sleep with you. So he must have been something. So keep that in mind. Also, too, if you want a man of a certain level or caliber or stature, whatever you want to call it, it's going to come with some restrictions, right? It's going to come with it. You're not going to walk in there using pretty privilege or whatever that shit that your people told you when you was younger to dilute your mind that you don't do anything wrong and it's all about you and you're just so this and that. It's never going to happen. But y'all really need to change that. Not even just for a man. Y'all just need to change that for yourselves. Like you do. It's not even attractive. It's like you can't even accept that you're wrong. Somebody has to break it down in layman dummy terms for you to understand it. Now you want to grasp it. I find that to be insulting to intelligence. It's like, well, shit. Y'all think y'all know everything else? You didn't know that? You know every damn thing else. You didn't know that? Yeah, that's exhausting. That's exhausting. I'm telling you, this society right now with men and women, how things are going, it's getting worse and worse. It ain't gonna get no better. It really ain't. Some of y'all women are coming to your senses. Some of y'all still stuck. Other ones ain't got no hope. It is getting dangerously worse. Keep in mind, ladies, men that are on their shit don't need you for anything besides just sex and companionship. They don't need you for nothing else. You know, like they don't. But some of y'all want that. Okay, cool. But you don't even care. You can't even cooperate with yourselves to get that from a man. And guess what? For those who have been hyper independent, been, you know, alone all your lives and been just dating, having kid after kid after kid, and still single because your mom was single, your grandma's single, all your aunts are single, whatever. That's cool. If you want to do that for the rest of your life, good luck. Pretty sure you don't. But that's what's going to lead to. Right? I know that's going to get twisted around. You're not going to understand it anyway. I already know that. So it's pointless to even explain that. But if some of y'all want to make a change, you got to start within. Now, granted, it's not saying that all y'all are wrong. It's saying that a lot of y'all just don't accept the accountability. Y'all just don't accept or swallow your pride and your ego and be shameful and don't want to accept correction. Why? We do. Why don't you? You know, some of y'all mamas are so angry and mad at y'all fathers for something that he probably ain't do. All you had to do was apologize and admit when you was wrong. The husband probably was just like, that's annoying, ignore it because she ain't never gonna admit it. He'd rather go to his grave and rest in peace than deal with your nagging, raggedy ass mouth. I'm telling you. So if anything you want to get from this, ladies, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Just admit it. We're not going to sit there and poke fun. We're like, look, you wrong. If we wrong, we wrong. Okay. Why can't we accept it and y'all can't? Swallow your pride. Swallow your ego. Accept accountability. It's okay to listen to somebody tell you something that's smarter than you, whether it be a man or a woman. Be more receptive. That's it. I know some of this went way over some of y'all heads. I know some of y'all are probably assuming the worst. Some of y'all are probably not even watching the rest of this video. Some of y'all are. Some of y'all aren't. That's what makes us different. Good luck.